Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Wednesday, February 4th. And this is the end of the journey. Well, at least in part. And I'll explain that in a moment. As most of y'all have seen the announcement on the community wall, Her Majesty transitioned on January 31st. And we're assuming it was the middle of the night. Her aide woke me up at 5 a.m. and said mommy wasn't responding. And I couldn't find a pulse, so I called hospice and they declared her. It's been a whirlwind since then. The funeral home staff were great. Are great because I'm not quite done with them yet. One of my cousins came over and stayed with us early in the morning until the body was retrieved. And I've had a lot of support from that moment on. So, I am grateful for all of the support. And it's ongoing. I'm getting calls and flowers and messages and all that good stuff. So next Wednesday is mommy's viewing, and Thursday is the funeral mass, the send-off. I think I'll call it the send-off. So, it's been a mix of emotions. During the day, I'm just busy because I had to meet with the funeral home the very next day, the Sunday. Then the printer I talked to yesterday, and the hospice people calling to do follow-ups, and I had to reach out to my brother's program, give them the heads up. And I have to say, regarding my brother, he's been very, very good. He's been very calm. He understands that mommy has gone to heaven. He was concerned that I would put him in a group home, but I'm not doing that. He's staying right here at home. So once he was reassured of that, he immediately calmed down. He's been very, very good, which makes things a lot easier for me. So it's been a lot of paperwork and phone calls and stuff like that. Tomorrow I have to go to the church and meet with the priest and the bereavement person to map out the actual service. All of my cousins have called me. Some are too far to travel. The others that can come are coming. And I decided not to have a repast after the cemetery. One, because the weather appears horrible. And the cemetery is not even sure of the ground. They'll be able to actually break the ground. So I don't know how they're going to handle it, but I told them I didn't want to see her lowered. So they got it from there. So I'm going to have something in the summer, early summer, when my house is complete and together. I'll have something in the backyard and folks can come and eat and drink and reminisce and all that good stuff. And they're talking possibility of snow Thursday afternoon or Friday. So I'm just, I'm not going to make everybody try and drive all over the place. So that is that. Um, it's been a mix. During the day, I'm pretty much okay because I'm busy. And I'm still doing my client stuff as well. Luckily, this week's a quiet week, so it's not too crazy. But nighttime is rough. There's definitely a shift in the energy in the house, especially on the second floor. Her Majesty's bedroom and my bedroom share a wall. So I used to be able to hear everything. And now it's like silence. I've gone into her bedroom twice. Just to open the curtains, let some light in, and to move her medical equipment, because that's the next thing. At some point, they have to come pick it up. They've already picked up one machine. They have to come pick up the other. They haven't called me yet. So it's like these little things to kind of close out an era. But nighttime is hard. I am not sleeping well. I'll fall asleep, and I have been waking up at 4 o'clock every morning, which is probably when Mommy went, because they're estimating between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. So I've been waking up at 4 o'clock every morning, so that's probably when she really went. And, so she's waking me up every morning. I also wrote remarks or speech for the send off, and I tried to rehearse it, and I couldn't finish reading it. So I'm going to ask one of my cousins to read it for me, because I know if I get up there on the lectern, I'm not going to be able to read it. So, everybody's going to get a job. Everybody's getting a job. You going to read the missal. You going to read the psalm. The deacon will read the gospel. And you over there, you going to read the speech. Because I can't do it. I also feel a sense of relief. Mommy, Her Majesty, got what she wanted. She wanted to pass at home in her own bed. She had very little pain at the end, but I kind of knew it was time because her breathing was changing. So I kind of knew that Friday night. I had a suspicion. But yeah, she got the best care I could give her, and she was not hurting when she passed, and it is what it is. Mommy, Her Majesty had prepaid and prearranged most of her funeral stuff, but she did it in 1998. So we're talking, 30-something years ago? So, of course, the prices have changed. The coffin she originally picked out, they don't make anymore. Oh, it was a time. It was a time. She asked for 2 limos. I said, listen, we only need 1. They're going to be the whole heap of people. So, we had to make little changes. But she had what's called a pre-plan account. Certain states, I don't know if it's across the country, but certain states, you're allowed to have, it's like an escrow account. So you put money in, you sign up with the funeral home, and you give them a deposit, and you put money in monthly, every other month, however you do it, and you just keep putting money in. And when the time comes, the funeral home can access the account and they're paid. So mommy's account was about almost double the original contract, but of course with the prices and everything going up over 30 years, it didn't cover the entire amount, but it covered most of it. So there was very little that I have to pay out of pocket, which is great. Hold on a second. So, that was interesting. And, yeah, so there is a sense of relief. My caregiving is not completely over because I have my brother. So I have to be his advocate. But, there's a little less weight on my shoulders. I think after Thursday, I'll probably feel a little bit more relief because I still got to make sure she has her send off. So I still have that final responsibility for her left. And then of course there'll be paperwork in the days and months after, because I have to settle her affairs, and I'm sure her attorney's going to need paperwork and, stuff like that. So it's going to be a process, but Thursday is the last physical thing I have to do for her. So, but, yeah, if you guys can pre-plan what you want and prepay what you want, even like what mommy did, what she put enough in there to cover, like, I think it was like 80% of what she ended up getting. I mean, that if you guys can do pre-plan, do it, because it makes a huge difference and it helps a lot. Especially if you don't have a life insurance policy. And even if you do have a life insurance policy, it takes like 30 days to get the money from the policy. Whoever the beneficiary is, it takes like 30 days, so you're better off doing a pre-plan if it's available in your state. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. I wanted to say thank you to everyone who's been reaching out and sending their condolences. Some folks sent flowers. If anyone is interested, my mom's obituary is online. I'll put the name of the funeral home in the comments. You can go to their website. You can buy plant a tree. There's a plant a tree option. So if you want, you can do that. And just thank you for all the good words, kind wishes, condolences. I really, really appreciate it. And my brother does too. He don't know it yet, but he does. And one thing with my brother, a couple of people sent us flowers and cards and stuff, and he's been reading them. He's reading the cards, he's looking at the flowers, and so I know he appreciates it too. So again, thank you. Just a little update. Obviously, I don't know when I'm gonna do beat and chat. So when it pops up, y'all. But again, I am very grateful for all the kindness expressed to us, and I just wanted to give you guys a bird's eye view of what it's like to send off a loved one, if you haven't experienced it already yet. Yeah. So, well, I have things to do, but I just wanted to come on real quick and say thank you. And, feel free to comment. Those of you who know my Instagram, you can send me a DM. It's okay. Might be a little while before I can answer, but that's fine. And I'll catch up with you guys soon. You have a great day. And if my caregiving journey videos have helped you along the way, I am glad. You are not alone. And, reach out, because there's a whole lot of us that are in this situation or about to be in this situation or just leaving this situation. So you're not alone. Reach out. And if these videos have helped you, let me know. I would be happy to know. So take it easy, and I'll see you around these YouTube streets.